My name is Zero Cool Gamer, and I am here with that amazing guy across the pond, JPT. How much fun do you think you're gonna have this week with some new rooms to take care of?
Do you want the honest answer?
Um,
I'm
could I get the?
upset.
Okay.
I'm, yeah, I'm very upset because typical Scopely like to come on in and just mess things up. They just
Yeah,
love to just play with us, play with our emotions.
You know, you boys really need to start locking the door.
dude. What? Closed circuit TV. Close.
Don't let
It's
anybody
these.
in.
Yeah, they're just letting it. Yeah, I don't.
Anyone's allowed in these days.
Yeah, holy crap, man. Well, we got Flyhi back for round 2 and round 3 of this garbage rooms that we're now getting. Obviously, room 6 was just messed up last week where anything could happen. And now we get 2 new rooms because room 3 apparently was having issues as well. So now we have 2 new rooms which don't look great at all, but to try to figure out how this is going to work, I don't know. But how are you guys, based on what we've seen of the 2 new room rolls? Are you guys thumbs up, thumbs down? Do you guys just want to just say you guys need to rethink life, or?
Jay, I'll let you go first.
That- I mean, if you're bringing in 2 new rooms, at least bring in some of the good ones from previous seasons. Not this utter
Okay.
nonsense. Get flash, no non-event, non-rooms. Like it's there's nothing inventive about it. It's just okay. He's a little bit extra to your team, but it's just gonna run the same as any other team or any matchup. So it's just 2 different things. That's how I
Um,
feel. So boring.
they got to stop messing with my emotions. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, I'm on my redemption tour, and I started out well for last week, you know, and then you pull this. Now I get it. Okay, 6, fine. Um, they haven't said anything about 3. If they're, I mean, we've played it 8 times. I haven't noticed anything. But if there is something about 3 that was broken, I really wish they would communicate with us and tell us. I would have been okay having.
Do you know what was broken? It's people not reading the room rules, so they take it in the team thinking, "Oh, why's my ult not working? Oh, this is trash. I can't use my team properly." No, read the room rule. That's what to me
Yeah.
it seems probably sounds like. So,
I mean, I was using a lot of Immortals in 3, and it seemed to be working as intended because Storm would need that 3rd turn to get her ult. You weren't getting it on the 2nd turn, even with Beast passive. So we played it 8 times. I never really noticed anything wrong with it. So, like I said, if there's whatever the problem was, because we all know what was wrong with 6. So whatever the problem was with 3, just communicate to us. I mean, you wouldn't believe what a little communication would do to the community, because if anybody was on Z's stream earlier, there was a lot of upset people. Me being one of them. I don't think I dropped so many F-bombs in one sentence. It's been a while since I did that.
Yeah, that was a rated R video, and it wasn't meant to be. But that stream turned to rated R really, really fast. But I mean, everybody felt the frustration of it because we knew Room 6 was just airing out. We knew something was wrong with it. Everything wasn't working right. Great. Room 3, I didn't have any issues with it. Apparently, there was issues that was having with it. It was reported, but they decided to take down the room instead of try to fix it. So That way it doesn't hold up Crucible or anything like that, which I can understand for a little bit, but if there was more detail or more explanation for it, so at least the community will know, hey, this is the reason why we took down the room. We had this and happen, and that's why, instead of just letting it go and pray it works before, somebody else doesn't read the room rules and starts blaming Scopely for it when, oh my God, you guys just aren't reading the room rules. The room is working great. But from my end, yes, I did note I noticed same thing with Immortals. They weren't getting it to the third turn, which is exactly how it should work. Everything was going fine, but in terms of I guess there was some issues where it was happening, and maybe next time they'll let us know when something like this fucks up. But until then, we just got to deal with our new rooms here, and
I am with Jay. I wish it was different. You've had a bunch of the past seasons. You've had a bunch of fun rooms. You could have put one of those in there to replace them. Hell, I gotta be honest with you. I would have even taken the raid. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I would have taken the raid. I would have actually. I would have taken the raid room and room 1 from the U32. That would have made things maybe a little interesting. But there were so many other fun rooms the past season. They could have done that, but hey, they did what they did. I guess it was a time thing, so maybe they couldn't do that. But yeah, I don't like 3 and 6. 6 to me was if it was working correctly, was a nice theory crafting room, and then for 3 for me on defense, it got me at least one defensive hold every round last week. So but. That's just my opinion.
All right. Well, let's get these rooms knocked out for you, just to go over them, see what we're going with. Maybe you might have to switch up anything if you'd like. I know some people have said they're just going to leave their defense alone and see what happens. But going over them really fast with room 1, it is the assist room, so taking in Illuminati wouldn't be too bad of an idea, mainly because they shut down. Shuri shuts down assists. Or Liberty, they're pretty quick. They get immunity and they can help out each other if they're all skirmisher too, and they still do a lot of damage because mostly everybody's taking them into the Professor X saga, so you got to beef them up to G20, so they hit a lot harder. Especially Peggy, she likes to just retaliate and slap you in the face. JBT, any other recommendations?
They honestly be the main ones I would say. I've seen a couple of other comps last week that people were using, and they didn't really do much. So yeah, you kind of just need a fastish team or something that's gonna shut down assist really, and Liberty and Illuminati cover that.
Yeah, I think Illuminati would be good. I also think Liberty would be good. Peggy does hit the lowest health character, so as soon as they go after one, and if you have skirmish on everybody, or I thought about it, put skirmish on everybody except for Patriot, just because he does hit hard if he takes a turn. But you have all those assists, and then Peggy will come in after that with another assist. So you could possibly get 2 assists from Peggy if you put skirmisher on her also. But yeah, other than that, anything else I've seen in Room 1, I haven't even changed my ISOs on offense to skirmisher. I just go in and just wreck them. So yeah, those 2 teams would probably be best for Room 1.
All right, room 2, the clone room. So you could take, I have seen it quite a few times, Kestrel being thrown in here. So Kestrel's being pushed around just a little bit to stop you from getting some type of clone. Or you just leave Kestrel out and you could put some other character in there. You would prefer it that they bring in a more powerful character, so your enemy, your defensive team gets that huge character and potentially take a turn. And that could be bad for them. But it really depends on what you want to do with what you want to do with this room. Do not put vigilantes in this room. It is not it's not a good idea. Please don't. They are an offensive team. Literally says it in their kits. On offense, on offense, on offense. Not defense. Offense. So try to remember that. But the big one I have to say in here, taking in Dorm in here is really impactful, because if the team that you're bringing in does get just demolished right away, and they don't bring in either Black Cat, or let's say they do use Vigilantes to go in here on offense, that's taking Vigilantes away from something else, and it's taking away Black Cat from something else, potentially Professor X if they have them, and that can be really detrimental, because you kind of need Black Cat to go against Professor X in some situations. So those are my recommendations for her. How about you, Fly?
Yeah, I think. Well, if you're gonna face me and you want to put Vigilante on defense, I'm good with that. Go ahead, I'm fine. But maybe Night Stalkers. They're a pretty fast team. They do a lot of damage. I do like the idea of Dorm, because even if, let's say, somebody does bring Kestra in, you may not get that first clone, but once she takes a turn, her charges are gone, or she may be wiped off the board by the time you get killed and your character revived. So for me, I saw a lot of Night Stalkers last week in this room, so that would be the team I would suggest for people. It did give me a issue once or twice, but that would be it for me.
JBG.
Okay.
I'm going with the approach of, you want a more defensive team, so their clone isn't that impactful for them, but then you can get a powerful clone for yourself. So, by saying that, I'm actually thinking Liberty for myself. That's what I'm using.
Yeah, not bad idea.
But yeah, it's like, there are ways you can take advantage of the room. Definitely don't put Professor X in this room.
No.
Because I've seen people get clones of Professor X.
But if you want to.
And yeah.
You want to,
So
go ahead.
definitely
See what
be
happens.
careful with all that. But yeah, I think it's kind of, you want a balanced team in this room. So nothing that's going to hurt you or who they're going to clone, but also can sustain enough and survive enough to hurt them with whoever they bring.
All right, room 3, the new room. Yay! That's so much fun. On turn, bury yourself for 5% of this character's max health, and then flip offense down on self. And then on turn, if this character's barrier is above 50%, gain offense up. I don't really see it as a big benefit or anything like that, so I consider this kind of like a small room.
I see it as let's skip to the next room. Room 4!
All right, we'll skip this one really fast. Any Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman, or Odin, or anybody that gives barrier, you could get at least some additional help out of here, but it's really not going to be that big of a deal. It's really not.
Yeah, if you can get somebody that gives your team barrier, that would be a good idea. But other than that, yeah, now to me it's become a throwaway.
Do better, Scopely. Do better.
We know you can. You've come out with good rooms in the past.
Room 4, Annihilators count as Starjammers. I would say this room is probably... I tried mixing and matching with the Starjammers on defense, and they just got annihilated, especially against the full Starjammers. Annihilators with a couple Starjammers didn't really do well as either. They just got destroyed by Starjammers. So I say we just throw away the room 2. So now it's another throwaway room, and you could either throw a Professor X in here with Emma and your little gang there, and it definitely stops the Starjammers, so get wrecked there. Or you could try to use Null, Mephisto, or Emma in here. If you don't got Professor X, maybe an Odin 2, just to go ahead and see, stop those Starjammers from doing something really, really powerful in there. But how do you guys feel about this?
Yeah. I honestly, I have a 4-piece Annihilators in there with somebody else, and I don't care. I'm gonna take advantage of the room rules with Annihilators, and that's about it.
I was using Professor X in Room 3 last week because of the room rule that we had. That was actually a good room rule. But now, because that's gone, and now this room's here, which is kind of a dead room, because he's, like how you said, the combination didn't really work very well. So I'd see this as, here's your new Professor X room. Have with Emma, have Professor X, maybe Doll, the usual comp that people make up. Starjammers can't be it, so they can't use the room rule to their advantage. So they just got to use it as normal. So, yep, dead room.
All right, room 5. Technically, I think this is just like 3 rooms of being dead rooms, to be honest, unless you have a character in there that can perform an ISO attack and put trauma on there with some massive character coming next to take use of that trauma. Most of the time, I didn't even notice what was happening. So I would throw either Liberty or Thunderbolts in here and just leave them in there and let them do whatever, because they're going to bring something in here. If this room could pull something big, even if it pulls Cabal or Illuminati or even a Curse into it, I think that's a win, because now you're not going to be able to use them somewhere else. But I think of it as a throwaway room. Orchids, Thunderbolts, whatever you want to use. Fly, what do you...
Yeah, if you can get a team in there that can get trauma on them so they can take an extra turn. But yeah, Orcus, Thunderbolts, but of course you throw Thunderbolts in there, you know what's coming. You're going to see Cabal with Kang and Ares or APOC. So yeah, like you said, Orcus would be fine, but even Thunderbolts, but like you guys said, it's another throwaway room now.
I mean,
JPT.
I would say just pay attention to who you're using in this room, because you can, or more to the point, who you're attacking. So who your opponent has on defense, because you could actually use the room rule to your advantage. So actually, you can enhance your own team with this room. So it's not a bad room in that sense, but for defense, there's honestly nothing really that's going to do well.
No, I have seen.
Used, but he, to me, is an offensive character this season, so I wouldn't have him in there. But
there was another team that I saw on defense that I forgot to mention, and that was Superior 6. So you could possibly use them because GGC throws up trauma, but even that was getting rolled. So
yeah, this room is just and now we come to the best room of all, room 6, because it used to be Dayseer's room, which we had so much high hope, and now it's just health insurance, which on turn clear all positive effects from self and heal 10% of that character's max health for each positive effect removed. So if they got 10 positive effects, that guy is just healing up profusely. So it's not a completely bad room, but it's not really like the greatest room on the planet. And my only thing is looking at it, you either want somebody with safeguard or you want them to lose their effects, but they can take hits. So Phoenix Force is not too bad because they could take hits and they get some safeguard there too. So kind of depends on what you want to do, but I don't think this room is going to be significantly impactful. JPT, what are you putting here?
I think this is perfect name, because amount of stress Scope has been causing Fly, I think he needs some health insurance so he doesn't have a damn heart attack with all the changes that have been happening to CC of late. But yeah, it's boring, but Starjammers can take advantage of this. Immortal X-Men on offense can take advantage of this. And then, even Phoenix Force can be used to counter people with safeguard in here. But overall, it's not really a room to get inventive with. Just put a strong team in here and be happy with it.
Yeah.
That's the best I can give you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like you guys said, put a team in here with safeguard, but be aware that they could also bring Ares or APOC in here to eliminate that. So you want, if you can get a big team that that has safeguard, or just a big team in general that will be able to heal up and take hits, um, that would be my suggestion. I honestly am going to keep my room 6 the same as it was last week. See how it goes. It 6 was a throwaway last week. Kind of seems like a throwaway again this week. So, like I said, Scopely, you came up with a lot of good rooms in the past that you could have put in here, and my biggest beef is them changing this stuff up right in the middle of the season. I mean, I get it. The season just started, but having it when the season already started, the irritation level is through the roof. So, but yeah, like I said, just something with safeguard or a big team that they take some hits and heal up. So at least you may not get a defense hold, but if you can get an efficiency suck, that's better for you.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about this room. That's how I feel about it. Nothing else to say about it, because there's nothing else you could really do about it. We got a bunch of throwaway rooms with these really don't really have too much of an impact on the teams that you choose, and we're stuck with it. So hopefully room 1 or room 2 can keep you busy. Otherwise, we're not really having too much to see with room like 6 or 3 now that they're changed. But
what Scope we need to do, in my opinion, is when it comes to these new room rules that are being created, and something that could be really fun, but then of course it gets bugged. Like let's face it, we fully unexpect it to. What they should do is allow the community to vote between a few rooms, 2 or 3, let's say, and if a room gets broken down and we got to change it, pick which room you want out of these 3, and we can implement it in. Give us a bit of control, because CC is what we enjoy and love and like playing, and it's where we can have a bit of fun and theory crafting. Don't take that away from us. Give us that bit of option to implement an old room in if you have to. There's a bit of suggestion there. Please take that.
That's a good suggestion.
I like that suggestion, actually. I really do. If something messes up, you put it in the hands of the community and let the community decide. That is definitely something I will bring up with them and let them know, because that would give. We know a room would be broken, but then you're like, okay, so we have some type of acknowledgement to say, hey, this is the room that the community would like to see, and would give some, I guess, more control, but at least we feel like, okay, now we have a way to correct the issue that's happening with it. We have something, we have some say in it, instead of them just going, here you go, here you go, just put trauma in there and you call it a day. No, but yeah. I think that's a wonderful way to do so, and I will definitely recommend it.
And we got plenty of time to vote from one round to 1 week to the next week. So what, 4 or 5 days, whatever, till we've got prep for the next one coming up. So that's plenty of time to get a vote out, to then find a couple of days to get some feedback, and then implement after that. Because look how quickly this got implemented. It was pretty damn quick, really.
Yeah.
So they can change room rules just like that. So let us have a bit of a decision in our favourite game mode, please.
Any other thoughts, Fly?
Just communicate with us. That will go a long way to dealing with some of this anger, especially with room 3. Just let us know what the problem was, and go from there. You would be amazed what communication will do with the community. As long as you let them know what's going on, they'll respect it and they'll deal with it. But this was it felt like we were blindsided when this came out about room 3. So like we all knew room 6, but yeah, just communication, Scopely. It'll go a long way. Trust me.
All right. Well, do the normal stuff, people. Like, share, subscribe. Hopefully you guys like the actual rooms that are coming, if you guys can deal with it or not, and see how to maybe make yourself have some fun with them, since 4 of them are kind of throwaway rooms now, but we'll see what happens with them. I'm hoping we all stay in Masters 3. I hope we all see each other eventually, and we all are coming down here to just bash each other's defense and be like, say, whatever, I'm going to destroy all of you. But until the next one, I want to thank Fly and JPT for jumping on for a little bit. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hopefully it helped.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
Of course,
Leave it in the
being-
comments. Let us know if it helped. If it didn't, we're blaming the Brit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's all his fault. He's in
You know
Grandmaster.
what? After all the stuff Scopely's done to me this week, I'm just so deflated. I can't be bothered.
Yeah. I have to say, he's had a
I
worse
feel
week than I
abused.
have. Yeah,
I feel abused. So,
that's a big man to abuse.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down there, and let JPT know if you feel abused too. I'm just rolling out. Fuck it.
Yeah.